Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Tuesday Mahoney. I am an author, I am an educator, and I am a college and career expert. And today I just want to share with you really quick an unboxing of my Amazing Kids book series, just to expose you to the amazing things that we have for kids through my products. So I have published and pretty much in everything related to the publishing process for my kids series. I have 20 books. Can you believe that? 20 books. And yes, I can help you become an author, and I just encourage you to, whatever it is that you have in you, let's get it out. Let's get it in a book. So really quick, let me take you through the series. So my series is called Millie, the Millie series, and I have this amazing character. Her name is Millie, and she's really the inner child in me. But Millie will take you on a journey related to decision making, self-esteem, college choice, career pathways, and ultimately your history, and then inner self-affirmation and success. And the book series focuses on pretty much kindergartner through sixth grade or the elementary school level, but don't limit Millie. She actually can impact all ages. So we're really excited about Millie. Let me introduce you to all of the books that's in the 20 book series. Of course, our first book is Millie the Jobseeker, and this one starts off with teaching kids about money, the importance of money and how to earn, and then it goes into the importance of education and types of education, post-secondary education, as well as types of careers. And the kids get to have a lot of fun because they help Millie decide what career she wants, and then they get to color it. So there's some coloring pages in the back of each book. There are sight words in the back of each book, and there are some keywords that we want kids to understand. And so Millie really just wants kids to be empowered. My next book, and I'm actually trying to go in order here. The next book, of course, I'm a higher ed administrator, and so Millie goes to college. And so in this book, Millie literally covers every aspect about the college experience. She goes to college, she applies, she goes through financial aid, she sees an advisor, she goes through the orientation, and then she just travels to school and really works well as a college student. And this teaches Millie how to succeed, and then she teaches young people how to succeed in college. Millie goes to work. Of course, this is a focus on making the right choice for yourself in the areas of career for little kids, so they can be empowered for the future. And it teaches them about work ethics and team building, everything that we need to know in the workplace. Millie makes it very simple, and she makes it fun and exciting for kids to learn early about those concepts. Then we go into a little empowerment. So as an African American, a lot of times we are judged by our hair in the workplace and in school. And so there's an amazing movement going on, the Crown Act, which is in legislation right now and have been passed in many states. And so the Crown Act helps alleviate the discrimination against natural hair and braids in the workplace and school. And this is a great way to teach young girls and boys, African Americans in particular, about loving who they are, loving themselves, and being proud of who they are, and being able to share their gifts and not be judged by their hair texture. Of course, we have just recently experienced and still currently in the coronavirus pandemic. And so as adults, a lot of times we think we know, everything, and we're empowered to deal with certain issues, but our little ones have no clue why they were quarantined. They really don't understand what we're saying when we say coronavirus. And so Millie's here to help that. Millie's going to teach boys and girls about coronavirus, about social distancing, about quarantine, about how to be safe. Also, Millie is going to catch coronavirus here, unfortunately, in the book, and then she teaches kids how to make it through that episode, and how to strengthen themselves, and then how to go back to school and stay healthy and strong and combat coronavirus. Got to get that book. Our next book through our presidential election, our recent presidential election, there were a lot of ups and downs in that road, but Millie's vote counts helped a lot of our kids. And so it's a tribute to civil rights and voting. So it covers the history of civil rights, and it covers your rights to vote and when you should vote. It also goes through a campaign process. And it teaches kids pretty much how to be civically engaged in their community through their rights to vote and how to make quality choices. So you want to get that book. The next book is Millie Loves Her Grandmother. So I have an amazing grandmother. She's over 90 some odd years old. And so Grandma loves the Millie series, and I thought I would dedicate one to her. And this book actually explores holidays and months for little kids. So they get to cover all the holidays and the months, and they get to cover the importance of loving family and also respecting their elders. So you got to get this book. We're teaching manners a whole lot in the Millie series, and we're teaching leadership and empowerment. I am also a realtor, and so what stood out to me is the importance of young kids understanding how to become homeowners. So purchasing a home is the American dream. And so a lot of our kids go through that process with their parents. I know I went through that process with my mom as a single parent, and she never really explained what that process was. So now I recognize that kids need to explore the steps of homeownership so that they can be empowered and become homeowners first, learning how to purchase property and things like that. So in here, the kids actually follow Millie as she makes a decision to become a homeowner. We talk about debt here. We talk about budgeting. They get to also help Millie pick her home. And then they go through the entire steps with Millie for home ownership. Got to get that one, realtors. Okay, cooking with Chloe. So Chloe is my little cousin, and she is the smartest little girl that I've ever seen. She's a social media influencer. You can follow her on all things Chloe. But Chloe cooks online, and so in the book, me and Chloe together wrote Millie Cooking with Chloe, and it really focuses on friendship and also healthy meals for kids. And so this is a great way to teach little kids about working together and learning new things. Oh, wow. This is one of my favorite ones. Millie Gives Back. So this is exploring volunteerism and community service. So I really, really believe that kids should be empowered and be civically engaged in their community. And so Millie, through this amazing book, teaches community service. She teaches kids about how to volunteer and what things they can do to volunteer in their community. And at the end, Millie gains a sense of self-pride, teaching self-pride by becoming a volunteer in this book. Ooh, Millie becomes a millionaire. Yes, it's so important that we empower our kids on entrepreneurship as well as financial awareness. And so this is a financial awareness book for kids, kindergarten once again through 6th grade. And in here, Millie teaches them about understanding money and financial literacy. We actually take them through an entrepreneurship piece in the book, and we teach them what things that they can actually do to become an entrepreneur, and they get to pick what Millie's going to do. And then they also have some mathematical and budgetary problems in here that's very simplistic for kindergarten to know. And they talk about financial access and stock, bonds, and things of that nature. It's a really good book for financial awareness. Millie Gets Fit. So in the African American community, we do have a large number of a population that's faced with diabetes as well as high blood pressure. So in the book, Millie's not necessarily taking care of herself or eating right, and she goes through an episode where she has pre-diabetes. And so Millie learns how to change her lifestyle, exercise, eat better, and combat pre-diabetes. And so they learn about diabetes and how to overcome that. They learn how to transform their lifestyle and become more healthier. And at the end of the book, they get to stay healthy with Millie. So this is a really good book for health and wellness. Oh, wow. So I mentioned that I'm a college administrator at a historical Black college, and I'm very excited about that, and I love that experience. And so I had to write a book, my heritage series of Millie. I have 3 books that focus on Black history and tradition. And so Millie loves her HBCU. This one is so exciting because it actually teaches kids about the historical Black college and universities history, the pride of HBCUs, and the impact that we've made, and also Millie takes the kids on a road trip to visit all the historical Black colleges across the nation. And so we have every 107 historical Black colleges and universities in the book. And Millie gets to actually go from state to state exploring the different HBCUs around the country. And then at the end, they get to help Millie decide, and they get to decide which HBCU. And I also provide resources on how they can look up each HBCU. So my next book is Millie Goes to Africa. And so in this book, I really wanted young people to understand our journey from Africa to this country, and then how Millie then takes a trip to Africa to learn more about the African continent and the many different cultures through the many countries that are in Africa. And so they get to learn about that. They get to be empowered culturally. So I'm excited. Okay, the next Heritage Series books through Millie is Millie's Life Matters. And so this is, of course, influential for our times today, but it really is a fun journey. It's actually a quiz through Black history. And so teachers and parents can have fun quizzing the kids in the book, and they can have fun learning some of the historical powerful Black figures in our history. And at the end, we do share the essence of how our lives matter, and we encourage kids to understand that they're all kids' lives matter, especially those who are African American going through the journey that we're going through today. My next book is Millie Back to School. So this one encouraged me near the end of the summer of helping kids prepare to go back to school. So in the book, Millie actually gets her school supplies. Hygiene is covered here. Confidence is covered here in the book. And then we talk about what things kids can learn at school and the importance of education, getting to school and being aware and being prepared. And so at the end of this book, Millie actually completes her first day back to school, and she goes home and starts her homework and stays focused and gets prepared for her very next day. So Millie back to school. My next book, wow, I had an amazing journey at this wonderful experience called the Black Girl Magic Museum. It is a selfie pop-up museum. The museum is currently available in Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington area. And I had a chance to experience it right here in my area in Shreveport, Louisiana. And believe me, I was empowered as a Black woman. And I know it empowered Black girls. And so I really want all of our beautiful Black girls to make sure you visit the Black Girl Magic Museum. Shout out to Dominique, our founder of that museum. But I took Millie to the museum. And so Millie's Black Girl Magic is an amazing book that takes you through confidence in yourself and building your self-esteem through the Black Girl Magic exhibits. And Millie actually goes through every exhibit. And we're talking about power. We're talking about being wonderful. So in this book, this is a book of affirmations as well. So Millie teaches the young girls how to do self-affirmations every day. And they're going to do them through the book. I'm creative. I'm talented. I'm smart. I'm a star. I am loved. You're going to love this book. You got to get this for your girls. And of course, we have the manners book. So Millie's Good Manners Count is a very powerful book. It actually takes the kindergartners through 5th grade, teaching them about friendship and how your manners affect your friendships. And so it actually does a countdown. So it reminds those who don't know their numbers of their numbers, but it does a countdown of tips that teaches young kids about manners. So things like making sure you check when you're opening the door, making sure you check that someone behind you didn't need that assistance, or if there's an elderly person that needs your help, or eating well at the table. You know, good manners and etiquette is what we're focused on. So Millie good manners count. So teachers, educators, and parents, if you want to guide your kids through Good Manners series, you want to get Millie's Good Manners Count. And then I have 2 more books, and they are, of course, Millie Gets Engaged. And so Millie is engaged in activities and athletics. And so Millie Tries is the name of that book. So Millie's going to try different things to get encouraged and to build her confidence. And so Millie tries different sports. She tries instruments and things of that nature. At the end of the book, we find out that everything Millie tries, she does well at, or she does her best at. And it really encourages Millie and builds self-esteem for those students who may not always feel comfortable speaking up or engaging in school. So you want to get that book as well. And then my last book, I am a member of an amazing sorority, a sisterhood that it has empowered my life in a tremendous way. And so I want to introduce African American girls to sororities, to Black Greek letter organizations. And so that one day they can go to college and also inspire to be members of our awesome organizations and give back to the community. So I explore all of the organizations in the book, and I also teach Millie about being empowered as a woman and being ready to give back in every way, all of her gifts in the future. So you want to get my Millie series. Once again, Millie's going to take your young people on an amazing journey. Black and brown kids are going to love Millie, and so that was my focus. Making sure that underrepresented kids, as well as kids who have all the resources, get to know Millie, because Millie is going to change their life. Once again, I am Dr. Tuesday Mahoney, and that is the Millie series, the Millie the Jobseeker. It is available on Amazon. Search for books, Dr. Tuesday Mahoney, or you can find Millie on my website, virtuallyouleadership.com, and I'll leave all the links below. Thank you so much, and follow my channel to stay connected with Millie, because we have some great and amazing things coming regarding the Millie series. And also stay tuned, because I'm going to come back and do another video to share my other additional series that I have, my journal series, as well as my notebook series that I have for adults as well as teens and college students. Thank you again. I will see you all with Millie really soon. Oh, follow me on IG, my friend Millie.